What's up, family? What's up, Poppy's Therapeutic Corner family?
That's
you. So we're live now. We're live. This is our first live. I'm excited. She's excited. Look at that face. I see Poppy all in her face. You guys, if you don't know who Poppy is, she's special to all of us. And yes, family, come on in the room. Come on in. We're going to have a great conversation.
Share.
Yes.
Like and share the conversation.
I'm sharing right now.
Let me
Let's
share
talk.
too.
Let's talk.
Let's do this.
Jen, you want to share? Share. I'm sharing right now. And now I'm going to go to my page and watch it from my page. Guys, join us right now. Click share, like, y'all comment. Let us know how y'all doing. Thank y'all for watching us today.
Happy
Jen,
Friday.
smile. I'm going to turn my volume down because you're going to hear that for a second. No, but we wanted to come to you for a second to have a nice Poppy's Corner conversation. Yes. Is that what it's called?
That is what it's called.
Poppy's Corner conversation. We want to talk. We're grateful. Poppy's is gearing up for our 5-year anniversary.
We're turning 5.
And I almost got churchy and I was going to say, put your hands together. We are excited. We are excited because we're turning 5. We've made it. Yes. We've endured. It's been rough. The mountains have been high. Yeah. The hills are high to climb. Man. Hard to climb. But y'all, we made it. We're making it. We're making it. We're making it. And it's because of you. It's because of your support, your prayers. We're thankful. We're grateful for you. But we want to have a conversation today. We're here with 2 important ladies. I'm here with 2 important ladies. I'm going to introduce them because one don't like to talk, but she's going to talk. She's going to talk, y'all. I promise. She can talk. She's from California, so we don't, apparently they don't talk down there. But anyhow, Chicago, why did I say, I'm thinking about Regina. Oh my God. Why am I thinking about Regina? Oh, Regina, you should be watching
Regina.
this. Yes, watch this. That's my first lady, and I shouldn't say Regina. But anyway, from Chicago, yeah. Do y'all talk in Chicago?
We talk a lot in Chicago, actually.
Really?
Yeah, we talk a lot.
Oh, okay.
I just don't talk on live. We just don't talk on the live.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Well, y'all, we're live today.
We are
so
here.
Hit share on this conversation. We're here with the owner, the founder of Poppy's Therapeutic Corner. That's Jennifer Sheard. Y'all, put your hands together. And she's blushing. And at the door, you're going to keep hearing it out. You're going to keep hearing it out. Because the founder she's founded 2 children. And
she's founded 2 children.
Yeah, she's founded. She's birthed 2 of the most precious things in the world to me because those are the closest things to kids that I'm going to have. And then we're also here with the program director. Now, this is the behind the scenes. I mean, she's working, she's tweeting, she's coming up with these formulas. Yes. Like, she's plotting, she's scheming. Yes. She's doing all of that for Poppy's Therapeutic Corner. We have Karisma Hazel, y'all. And guess what? The crazy thing is that both of these ladies are from Chicago.
Yes, we are.
Apparently greatness come out of Chicago.
Yes, it does. That is definitely true.
Apparently greatness come out of Chicago. But we're going to have a great conversation today. So again, we want you to tune in. And that door was my God, babies. But we want you to tune in. Join us in this conversation. If you have questions, ask.
Say who you were.
Oh, yeah. I'm used to hosting. I forgot to do that. Yeah. Oh, my bad.
Okay, you want me to introduce you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So... Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Mr. Kerry Gordon. And Kerry is our office coordinator. Let me tell you something. Kerry is everything. He's everything. Okay, he is the person.
Who's everything?
You are. When you call and you're like, hey, I want to talk to somebody from Poppy's. Kerry. All of your communication goes to Kerry. We are so grateful.
So that one day that I had a bad day, I'm so sorry for you that got me on that day. I'm so sorry. That is not who I am. So I'm putting that out there in the atmosphere.
Oh, you about to Google?
Yeah. The Google. Okay. That one person, I hope you're watching. I want you to know that that's not my heart. That's not my heart. That's not who I am. But anywho, y'all, we are having this conversation. So good afternoon, Jeanette.
Good afternoon.
Janetta. Yeah,
that is actually my auntie.
Oh,
Hi,
auntie.
Hi, auntie.
All the way in Chicago?
No,
She's in
not
Massachusetts. She's in what? Baltimore?
No.
She's in where? I'm going to keep going.
Just keep going.
Okay. I'm going to find your location. Just joking. But thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
no,
you.
We're going to have this conversation. So we're going to jump in. We have some questions for these ladies, for myself, about what brought us to Poppies.
Ask you.
Well, I'm always ready. Always ready.
Yes.
And you don't want to ask me these first couple of questions because they don't apply to me. Anywho, no. So what's the most challenging part for you ladies about being a therapist? Now, I do know these ladies started in the therapy chair, in the chair. They call it the chair. They started in the chair. So we know that you guys started in the chair and you've migrated, in a sense, out. And I know that was a hard process, you know. But what was the hardest thing about being a therapist? And we're going to start with the founder, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Of course. So I would say the hardest thing for me when I was a therapist was being on time, which is still hard.
That.
It's still hard for me. No, but helping people who want the help, and then also to encourage them to discharge them when they have gotten what they needed. That separation of care is difficult because you build so much rapport over time with them. So to see, but also to see them prosper after is also pretty cool.
So with discharging though, so how does that work? Is that a thing that like you decide that it's enough?
It's a mutual agreement, honestly. It's mutual. Like after we have gone through all of the treatment goals and objectives of what you're trying to achieve in counseling and therapy, we make a collective decision to go break down to bi-weekly, monthly, and then sometimes that'll be the end. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, Karisma.
Yeah.
For you, same question. What's the hardest thing about being a therapist? Imagine yourself back in that chair. I can answer for you.
Okay.
JK, I'm a male guy.
You probably could.
No, I probably could.
Sometimes the hardest part is like, oh, so sorry. Okay, the hardest part is like scheduling and like maintaining the schedule sometimes because, you know, you go back to back to back to back to back. And so just being able to like have a breather in a moment, because depending upon how intense it is, you know, it can be difficult. So scheduling and then maintaining a jam-packed schedule is just super difficult because you are holding space for somebody and their emotions, and you're working through these treatment plan goals, and so you want to be as present as you can for the client.
And that's a good point. So with the space that you have to create for this client, how does that look with balance for even like work-life balance? What does that look like for a therapist?
I had to learn that, and I think I'm still learning that. But like, you know, you take things home with you. You know, sometimes like I'll be in the evening cooking dinner or what have you, or it will be in the evening cooking dinner, and I'm like, okay, I'm thinking about this, and this, and how can I support? How can I help? What do I want to talk about next session? And you know, things like that. And so you have to find that balance. One thing that I do is when I leave the chair for the day, I take a piece of paper and I write the word work, and I just tear it up and I throw it away. And that's a symbol for me to be like, okay, this part of my day, this role, this hat that I have on, like I'm done with it and I'm going to the next role. Yeah.
So I'm going to ask the same question, and the reason why I know this is going to be a little bit harder because I know this person, and she bears the weight of the world on her shoulder. So Jennifer, Sheard, how is this work-life balance for you? Like, because I do know.
Oh, it's a struggle.
Yeah.
It's a struggle every day. I mean, as you mentioned, I have 2 babies that are literally my world, and this Poppies is my 3rd baby. And so it's a struggle. I mean, I don't really have any balance.
We don't really.
Work is my life. You know, I try to get away. I try to go on vacations. I try to, you know, pour a lot of time into my kids, and that helps. But what used to help for me as a therapist is after I would leave for the day, I would literally just like drive home in silence and would just process the whole day, because I did not want to take that in the house with me to my babies. So I would literally just process the whole day. Sometimes talk out loud to myself what happened, what was the good parts, what was the bad parts, and then once that was it, I walked in the house, I was off the clock. I was mommy mode. So that did help to kind of separate that transition, especially when I was in the office doing counseling.
So how important is it for you to have that though? Or does it not? Because to me, what I heard from Karisma say is that when she go home, she's still, in a sense, thinking about how she can help, which is, in a sense, can be beneficial to the client, but how beneficial is it to you? Like, how does this work for you? Like, the balance kicks in when, and then, like, because that still sounded to me okay, but does it affect you? You know what I mean? Like emotionally, mentally, when you're trying to live your life, and then you're thinking about the story that you heard in session, and it's like, oh my God, have you ever been triggered that way though? Like meaning like you heard a story in the session, went home, and it's like, oh my God, I went through that.
Oh my gosh, all the time. Sometimes I will have clients come in and they will literally be telling my life. It's their life, it's their situation, but I'm like, I am right there with you, right? Like I so get it, but it does, and it can impact you. And so it's really good to have a self-care regimen, have a just a space or a place or a thing or a person or people to like serve as an outlet. Serve as an outlet and keep that. I would never forget one of the first things they made me do in my master's class. My first class was it was to write a self-care schedule. And I remember being so upset, like, I'm paying all this money and this is my homework assignment. Like, literally, and I had to break it down hour by hour. And to this day, I am trying to find that self-care schedule that I wrote, right? Like, where is it? Because it was so needed. It's so true. And, we teach our clients self-care and things like that, and how to be present for themselves. And so it's just best to just practice what you teach.
So that kind of leads into this next question,
so
if you will.
this,
Yes. Oh, baby. I think I was gifted to do this.
This is Gemini's first time doing this.
I just
and
flow
Kerry
with
is
it.
just
you are like
I feel like when I see the lights, I feel like the lights camera action. Let's go. If you're not gonna do it, I will. But no, who should go to therapy? Is that like a real question? Who should go to therapy?
Everyone should go to therapy. I think at least once in your life you should experience having someone listen to you unbiased. There's no thoughts, no judgment, no opinions of who you are. You can come in whomever you want to be. Just to be seen and heard. And I think that's the most important part about therapy is being able to have a front row seat to someone who doesn't interrupt you when you're speaking, gives you a chance to release and have an outlet, and then you can sometimes, of course, come back. Keep coming back.
Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah.
So, do you only need therapy though? Like, if you're like going through something, like if something's like wrong, is that why we need therapy? Yeah, like is that
absolutely not. If everything could be going right in your life, and I would still recommend coming to therapy. Still recommend building skills and tools and resources that can help you for if and when something does happen. There is a theory, if you will, that we have in the mental health profession. It's called being solution focused, right? And so it's like, if it's not broken, don't fix it, but build upon the things that are working. And so therapy can help you build upon what you are doing that is working for you, that is motivating you. And then again, you're just building a bigger toolbox for you to be successful in your everyday life.
So with that though, so we established that therapy is for everybody.
Yes.
We've established that. We know that everybody needs it no matter what point of life you're in, good, bad, ugly, indifferent.
Yeah.
But like in a sense, how do we break that? And this is a question, like I'm sure that's like every man is searching for, or every therapist is searching for. How do we break this stereotype that's been created, this narrative that's been created about therapy? Like for our communities, like even for myself, for African American men, how do we get this stereotype, in a sense, broken to let them know that we've created this safe space?
Yeah, well, I think like that's one thing that I can say I truly love about Poppies is that representation matters, right? In this profession, especially for our community. And so, having a therapist that you feel like you can relate to is super key. And also in terms of breaking the stigma, I mean, it's okay to not be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can believe that for yourself and you take that first step in that journey and, you know, going to therapy, like, that's amazing and something that should be celebrated. So definitely finding a therapist that represents you, and then you acknowledging and accepting, like, I want to do this for me.
Yeah.
And what I tell people, because I talk to all of our people.
Yes, you
I
do.
talk to
We
all
talk
of you.
to everybody.
I tell them it's trial and error.
Right.
Meaning, you can try and it just not be a fit. But guess what? There's other therapists out there. There's other personalities.
Yeah.
There's other ways of treatment, of different directions and avenues that different therapists. So don't give up just because that one doesn't work.
Yeah.
And it's something I've seen people go or be matched with therapists because of the look.
Yeah.
They thought, she looked like me and her.
Yeah.
Get with her, and that look doesn't fit. It's just not enough.
Yeah.
But that's you don't stop there. So you build on that look, but then now you know you need some substance behind that look, or you may need some, you know what I mean, more like pizzazz, or just some more experience. Maybe it's just different things that you maybe, but don't give up after that one. You keep going. It's trial and error.
Yeah.
That's my advice.
So pretty much saying therapy is not a one size fits all.
It's not. It's definitely not. It's definitely not. Because again, these two same trainers. They're both LPCs, or is correct?
She has the highest designation.
Yeah. Oh, see, look.
She's
Here. Madam President.
She's an LPCC-S.
Yes. Put respect on her name. Anyway. No, but so you're both that. But I'm sure even with the same credential and the same.
Absolutely.
Okay, she's heightened up. Okay, but
I just took an extra exam.
But I'm sure though your methods are different. Though. So I can come sit in both your chairs
and be a different
and
experience.
same situation that I'm going through. You tell me to go left and Jen tells me to go right.
Yeah.
But it's going ultimately. The goal is still to get me to a greater, better place, but it's still the directions that we take. So that doesn't mean her, meaning Karisma isn't right nor wrong. Jen isn't right or wrong. So you have to try it. It's a trial, error. Just try, keep trying. The good thing about Poppies is what, and I'm going to stop talking because I can keep going down. The good thing about Poppies is that we have options.
Yeah,
we do.
We've been blessed. Above measure.
Yes.
We have options.
Yes, we have.
We do. And so the good thing is that you have options though. Even outside of Poppies, there's other options. So don't give up on this journey because it's a journey.
It is
and I actually posted that this morning when you guys spotlighted me. I said, give us a call. Get your mental health journey started because that's what it is. It's a journey on mental health wellness. I love it. I love it. I love it. But I'm going to ask you guys one more question because this is important.
Okay.
I got choked up. My water's over there. Do we have a therapist? Do the therapist have a therapist? And how important is it for the therapist to have a therapist?
So, when I went through my divorce, I had a therapist. During the process, after the process, I don't currently, I mean, we're still in communication, but I don't see her on a regular basis. But it is super important to have a therapist. I think even during that time, I stopped doing therapy because I had to take care of self. I had to focus on me and, you know, find my center, my happiness, and refocus on, you know, what my next steps were going to be. And I could not help someone else during that process. Because I had to go through my process. And I think that's super important. So when you are going through some as a therapist, you know, we are trained to take care of self and to recognize our own triggers and then to identify and say, okay, hey, I need to take a step back and maybe, you know, discharge my clients, take a moment for self, you know, go into, you know, whatever it needs to be done. But some of the best therapists have their own therapist because they're always working on being a version of themselves so that they can be a better version to help the public and the community.
I love it. I love it. So, Karisma, what about you? You have a therapist?
So I did have a therapist. I am not currently in therapy, but I do know that every good therapist has a therapist. And so I did, like I said, I did attend for a while, and it was So helpful. It really was. So it is something personally that I am starting to like, build back up, but of course schedules and life and all of that. And so, but my therapist, she understands because she's a therapist too, so she gets it, but but no, I think it's super important. Yes.
So guys, that is a great question. Did I asked?
Do you have a therapist, Kerry?
I had a therapist. In my transition back to Ohio, I had a therapist in Florida, and it was wonderful. But again, I took my own advice.
Yeah.
That initial therapist wasn't amazing woman from the start. It felt like I was talking to my grandmother. Like she was wonderful. Like, she was grandmotherly. I can say that, right? Grandmotherly. Yeah. Okay. She was very like, coddling to me in a sense, and I just knew that wasn't going to be it. So I had to search for another one. And then I found another one. And while I was in Florida, she definitely helped me get to a place where I needed to be. And it got me back to Ohio.
And we are so happy.
Back to me.
We're so happy that he's back.
It got me back to Ohio. But I don't know if that was good or bad. But, no, anyway.
It was so great.
No,
great. It was like, thank you.
My therapist was great though. Like, it was great. And it was telehealth, so I did virtual. So I didn't have to go into the office. That was during the pandemic too, when things were still questionable. Which that's a great thing too about therapy. Yes, because there's options even with that. Like you don't always have to come into the office. I know now, because I'm on the phone a lot with clients. It's popular for in-house though. I want that personal feel. I want to be able to see my therapist. I want to truly see her facial expression or his facial expressions when I say something. Because sometimes when it's not like in person, you can make a face. You could have been making a face, but that's because the kids open the doors behind you. And now they thinking you making a face at them. And it's like stuff can just be misinterpreted. Or you can be sitting on your laptop typing, and they like your head down. You ain't paying me no attention, but you taking notes.
We're typing notes.
It's like things can be. But the good thing is that there's options. So you have telehealth because people don't drive. Maybe the office isn't convenient for them. For they're on the other side of town. Even if they have a car, they don't want to drive. You have options virtual. And you can come into the office. I think that's a good thing too. That we didn't kill that, because I know, telehealth was a convenience thing. Yeah, it was convenient. It was very convenient. Definitely during that pandemic.
Oh yeah.
Or in a sense, we're still going through those remnants of it. But the pandemic, virtual was key, and it actually helped survive a lot of businesses. At least on the mental health side. It definitely did.
And if I could just pause you for just a second. Hey guys, we are also taking live questions. So if you have any questions that you want to ask or anything that you want to know about maybe mental health or about... They're talking about me. See? Or about therapy, about us, anything, please feel free to drop that question in the chat box and we'll get it and we'll answer it for you.
Yes, that's true. So thank you.
You're
for
welcome.
PSA, yes.
You are welcome.
And the crazy thing on this side note, I just said PSA as if I knew what that meant all along. I had to Google what that meant.
You didn't know what that meant?
So I don't know if I should be sitting here having this conversation. I just said it. And then I said it all out. Anyway, so myself and Karisma, we want to talk about the environment that has been created here at Poppy's through Jen.
Yeah.
As the founder of this corner. Yes. She's created this corner.
She has created the corner.
And in a sense, neither me or you were here at the initial creation of this practice, but we came along soon after. So we've kind of been here a while.
Yeah.
But how would you describe the environment that's been created here at Poppy's?
So I would describe it as one, very free and family oriented, for sure. I feel like I can speak for Jen when I say this. Jen built this this practice on wanting others to be successful, wanting others to feel heard and valued and supported. And so that is the environment that we strive every day to have, whether it be for our staff, whether it be for our clients. Just a space where you can be free. You can learn all that you need to learn to be successful. Again, whether you're a staff or a client, and take that with you. Get all the gems you can get. Take that with you and fly free. And that is the space, if you will, that like we have here. We want people to come in and we want them to feel loved and appreciated and valued. You know, it's not like a rush environment, or, you know, we're all about just, I don't know, maybe like getting lots of clients and no one is focused, centered on their client. Like, it's nothing like that. It's literally just taking a risk, having faith, and just doing what you get to love to do every day.
I think for me, personally, on the professional side, it's she built a monster.
Yeah.
I like to say now that I am a monster.
Okay.
And I give thanks and credit where credit is due.
Well, look at that.
Jennifer Sheard,
That's
she
what
built
about.
me to be because I was a little more like passive until I had to become aggressive.
Oh my gosh.
And
You stepped into your own.
yes, and she helped me walk into who I was to become
I agree.
as a leader.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know I was a leader. No, I knew I had the ability to be it, but she just made me one. Like she all of a sudden there was a leadership team, and then I have to come into these meetings every Tuesday, and it was like, oh, okay, I'm a leader.
Your
now.
opinion
Yeah,
matters.
yes.
You're
So
your own
it was-
leader.
yeah, so it was like just instilling those, like you said, gems, those nuggets, and she was building into me because I came from a whole different field of work prior to this. So it was like she just opened this door, and it was like a whole new avenue, and it was like, walk in it. This is you.
Yes.
This is you. I want to create this opportunity. I'm creating this opportunity. There's work to be done. There's money to be made. And we can say it's not about numbers on the client piece, but she's about economic wealth building for our community, for the community. And I don't want to get too specific, but for the community. She's about building that, and I don't care what people say about her. She's going to put some money in your pocket. However, she's done it, and I question sometimes why she's done it, but she does it, and it's like, this ain't it. We got more coming. We're gonna do this. We're gonna let's get to work. Let's make it happen. Let's do it. And while we're doing it, though, the good thing is that the three of us enjoy doing what we're doing.
Oh,
and as hard as it is, and I'm telling you, I've done made some horrible mistakes. So I'm talking about the horrible mistakes. Before Karisma got into her position, horrible mistakes, y'all. I'm telling y'all.
You are loved.
Yes, it was
You are
nothing but
loved.
grace and love shown, because at the mistake that I made, my God, and I don't want to get on that side, but it was, but grace. That's the type of environment that was created.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that's so true. Like,
I would have been fired at my old job, and then the whole staff would have knew about it, and like I'm talking about, like everybody would have been talking about me at my old place of work, and I can't put a name out there, but I would have been talked about. But here it was nothing but love. It was like, we got this. She started Googling stuff. She started mapping out how we gonna cover this, how we gonna make this happen, and it was like great.
It was fine.
And it was
worked
fine.
out.
It
worked
wasn't.
out.
But
It always works out.
It worked out.
And
But that's the environment.
That's the
though.
environment.
That's the environment.
And
Like,
that's the testament to the type of faith
Let's move
that
on.
that
It's a
we
lot.
have, right? Because
It's a lot,
it is this is a space. Poppies is a space where you can make mistakes and have grace. Poppies is a space where you can learn.
You can
and
be human.
Yeah, like you could be human. And there's a lot of things that even as we turn 5 here in a few weeks, there's a lot of things that we're still learning, that we're still walking through, a lot of things that are new for us as a business, as a leadership team, or even personally. And it's okay. Kind of to what I said earlier, like, it's okay to not be okay. I can literally come in here and be like, you know what, today is just not today. And the response is like, well, what do you need? Take some time off. Delete your emails, you know, what have you. Just just go and do what you need to do for you. It's like Poppies is invested in your wellness.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just as serious as I was sitting in the office one day in our office in Cincinnati, and I said, I called a friend and I said, I need to leave Cincinnati. I need to move. I need to get out of here. My mental was being broken. This is a real life story. I did not I just couldn't take. I was going through something personally in my personal life, and I said, I can't do it. So I went into one of our offices that was right behind my desk, and I just started talking to my friend. I called my brother. My brother said, just come to Florida. So I called Jen next, and I said, I think I'm going to move to Florida. She said, okay, take your computer. And, just go down there. You can work virtual. You can work from home. Yeah. Do you need anything else? You need anything? What do you need? It was oh. I did not think it was going I literally thought I was going to lose my job that day because I said I need to leave Cincinnati. I needed to move. I need to get out of here. And she literally said, okay, take the computer. You got the phone. Just go. Let me know if you need anything. Yeah. And it was oh, my God. Yeah. This is it. And at the moment I said I need to come back to Cincinnati, the office is waiting on you. Just come on. We're waiting. Yeah. Literally, I left with a going away party. I came back with a welcome home party. This is the space that's been created here at Poppies. It's family oriented. I mean, I'm talking about, and the good thing is we're all contractors. Yeah. So meaning we're all contracted in, but it's so family oriented. I've never been even as an employee in a business and felt this close, invested into each other though. Yeah. Into each other's personal lives, even work life. Yeah, maybe a little too much, maybe. But it's okay. It's okay. It's all love. Yes, I have all of their locations.
Boundaries. We better boundaries.
They better share all their locations. I'll be watching where are you going?
I don't understand.
You going up 75? Where are you going?
No, but to add to that, and we can move to the next thing, but to add to that, I'm so honored, I'm so grateful, and I'll say this publicly, Jen, I thank you for giving us space to grace, because she will cry, so no. But I will say, I'm just very proud to be able to say, Poppies, as an organization, our first response to anything is how can we support you? It's never anything that is malice or ill intent or anything like that. It's okay, well, if this is what you desire, how can we support you and how can we get you there? Yeah. You know what I mean? And so I think that's just, it's so wonderful to be in an environment like that.
You're welcome.
Yes, I think.
Okay, no more.
This is Poppy's.
What's next on the list?
I think we made it.
Oh, we're done.
This is Poppy's Therapeutic Corner.
Yes.
And we're excited. This is just our beginning, guys. Of at least coming to you guys on a weekly basis to just share about what's going on here at the corner. Yeah. On the corner.
On the corner.
Poppy's Therapeutic Corner.
In the corner. This is our, and yay, because it's our first conversation corner. So we have more conversation corners coming out this month. And so you will get to hear from some of our staff members, our therapists, our case managers. They will hop on here on Friday for about 30 minutes or so. You can ask them questions, anything that you might have. We just encourage you to keep joining us every Friday as we prepare to turn 5. We're
turning 5, guys.
We're turning 5. And so again, we want you guys to hear from us. Please, if you have any questions that you might think of during the week, hey, I wonder this, please shoot us a message, put it in the
inboxes.
There we go. I was gonna say Instacart.
We're monitoring on Instacart.
Say Instacart. What is it? Instacart. Okay.
She shops online.
I do online shopping. I need therapy for online shopping. But yes. Please inbox us. We are here for you. We would love to answer your questions. And we thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Thank you. Again, we're Poppy's Therapeutic Corner.
Yes.
Contact us, 513-570-4068. I'm Kerry. Yes. This is Jen. This is Karisma. And we're your Poppy's leadership team. Y'all have a great day. Great day.
Happy Friday.
Jen, you got to hit that finish button. Jen, you got to hit that finish button.
Yes.
It's on the corner right here. Yes.
Bye, guys. Bye. Oh, shoot.